And spawning in the top right hand corner of our Alkione, we have our red Polish Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Terran player representing Na'Vi. It is Spirit. Here we go. And again, Spirit didn't have an amazing time during WTL recently either. But Spirit overall, even though he may have been lacking a little bit in WTL, has been popping off in EPT, in the EPT Spring Regionals. As always, Spirit has been doing very well, very nicely. Once again, cementing himself as one of the best in Europe. But can he maintain that form is the better question. Whether it's for these online like Polish-only tournaments or even the upcoming Dallas event. We'll see. We shall see. For now, Gerald just scouting, checking his natural base, going for a gate expand. Likewise, Spirit going for a single gas opener, going for a Rax expand as well. So an economic opener here out of Spirit. For the time being, we do see Gerald starting up his Zealot. We'll see if he does complete it. There are players, of course, that start to stake the Zealot. Once they realize there's no proxy, they just cancel it. Here we go. There is that CC on the way, on the high ground. Very safe opener here out of Spirit, opting not to go for the CC on location. As the probe is going to be focused down. Oh, without scouting too much. Did at least confirm the opener and will barely not escape the Marine. Does fall in the end. Did we scout the factory? Not quite, but we can assume that's on the way. Ooh, as Gerald. What do you have in store for us here? Going for a proxy across the map. Now it is going to be a Twilight Council opener. Interesting. Now, usually I would say, okay, it's going to be a Twilight Council, it's going to be Blink, right? Blink DTs. But with a proxy pylon, this could be a proxy Dark Shrine. It could be Dark Templar out of Gerald. Oh boy. We shall see. As for the time being, nothing's being done. We should be throwing down a gateway momentarily, just so we can reinforce with whatever tech we go into. Whether it's Adepts to Harass, whether it's Dark Templar. Twilight Council's done! And show us the tech. Show us the Dark Shrine. Oh, there it is. I was gambling a little bit with that. I wasn't entirely sold on it, but there we go. Dark Shrine is on the way here for Gerald, spicing it up in game number 1. Bold move. This is not done too often. As I say that, we actually have seen this build often recently. I want to say that in the past month, we've seen it like 3 times, which is far more than we ever did in the past. This was more of a rare build, but for whatever reason, it's become a little bit more trendy as of late. Again, I would not say that it's common by any means, but we're seeing it more than we used to. Sometimes that does happen with builds where they kind of make a resurgence, they come back for a little bit, then they fade into obscurity once again. So the invisible man is going to be on the way. Behind this, getting into Blink. Spirit, for the time being, has no idea. He's moving out across the map with his army. Does come across the main forces of Gerald. Bearing in mind that Gerald is investing into tech that he's not quite using. Adept goes down. We're pushing in towards the natural. Only 2 Stalkers. There is a shield battery. There is an overcharge. Should be able to hold on. That's what we're going for. The medevac. Don't quite get it. Catching a couple of Marines. Medevac will manage to pick up. Will manage to get away. Dropping into the main base. Getting the hell out of there. Does pick up. Does evacuate. Saving most of those units. Behind this, Natural's getting up and running. We're working towards our add-on swap into our 2-on-1 setup, soon to be 3-1-1. Tank production has commenced. And did we scout the tech? We did see the Twilight Council. We saw it researching, but here come the DTs. Ooh, into a Raven. Raven's in position. The first Dark Templar is going to be chased back. Yeah, the first Dark Templar does fall. 2 more DTs. They waddle into the mineral line. SCVs are going down. We get 1. Another DT in the main. Getting 4 worker kills already. Getting 5. Another Dark Templar is hunted down. 6 SCVs. Oh, getting 7. Likewise, can we focus on the Raven? Oh, we did miss a shot there. Did miss some volleys. A lot of Stalkers going to get picked off. Only 2 Stalkers survive. We go for the recall. And 2 Stalkers will make it home. That was an interesting trade. Looking at the unit slots tab here, that was 3 Dark Templar. Oh, that was expensive. 3 Dark Templar, 2 Stalkers and Adepts for 7 SCVs and a drop worth of units. I think I like the trade of Spirits a little bit better, but at least Blink is done. With Blink, Gerald has map control. You can see here he's moving out with the Stalkers, and Spirit is stuck at home for the time being, looking to expand and take him to the base. You can see Spirit skirting around the left-hand side. See if he does get away. Gerald's missing it with his proxy, missing it with his main army as well. There we go. Spirit is going to be committing. These Stalkers, they could do so much more, but Gerald doesn't know. He doesn't know that there's only 1 Marine in this bunker, and now 2 Marines, and there's nothing in the main base either. Spirit is so vulnerable. But again, Gerald doesn't know. Spirit could be pushing across the map, up to 3 tanks. That's some SCs, but he will be able to focus on some of this production. Good kiting at a Spirit, but the Stalkers, they do come back home, and with the help of these Stalkers, we clean up the tanks, we clean up the main army, we go for the Raven as well. And, oh, can we get it? We can! 1 more volley. Raven does fall. Did get a scout off, so Spirit, he's aware of the researching Templar archives, he's aware of the would-be storm. But that was an expensive loss for Spirit. That does fall. And Spirit, he did lose a lot of momentum there. He lost all of his tanks, he lost a lot of his bio army, he lost all of his medevacs as well. We're down to only a handful of Marines and Marauders. And Spirit does have to take care as he moves out, bearing in mind that Gerald, he's going for the gold as his 4th. Storm is on the way, not done yet. Finishing up in 10 seconds. Spirit has no idea. See some Zolts being warped in for a backstab. Waiting for the army to move out. Meanwhile, Gerald likewise maintaining the center of the map as well. Here we go. Gerald is pushing forward. Show us the storms. It's done. Storm is done. The bio army pushing forward. Good free split. Good EMP as well. We do blanket the entire army, except for the High Templar. Zealots, they try to drag the army away, out of position. SCVs are going down. At least a handful of them. But still not the best trade. 5 SCVs go down. Geralt, I'm sure, hoping for more. Does pull back. Go base is up and running. Second Robo's on the way. We're transitioning into Colossus production. We already have Storm, but we're working towards those Colossi. We're still unable to really move out. Does shut down all these Zealots, though. Does shut down the run-by. And now we can expand. Behind this, 3rd CC is on the way. It's halfway done. Sorry, 4 CCs on the way, halfway done. Carbide gets shut down. Oh, going into Blink for the DTs is ambitious. It's going to be cancelled. There we go. Spirit does move out. Decent EMP. Still holding onto those storms. Speaking of, the first storm does connect. The Marauder with a Widow Mine. Oh! Mine shot going to be avoided as well. We have one mine shot left. It is spotted. Gerald, he's aware of it. He should not be losing his prison to said Widow Mine. Ooh, big storm here on the army. As the main forces, they're still trying to clash, still trying to engage. Just on those blinks. We collapse here on top of the Widow Mines. We shut all three of them down. There's still one Widow Mine behind this. One mine shot waiting to go off. Ooh, good EMP. Catches a High Templar. Forcing out Archons. Gonna knock these rocks down. Well, we take a mine shot to the face, but it looks like, do we catch the army? And we finally caught Spirit. With EMP once again denying the overcharge. Storm is good on the ghosts. There's a lot of ghosts going down. Another EMP does graze the army, but we still have those storms. Spirit, he is being forced back. Storm connects on the right-hand side. And with these three Colossi, Gerald, he can bully this back. The army trying to send one forward, but we're taking a lot of losses. Mine shot going off, taking down an Archon. But overall, Gerald does hold, and Gerald, he maintains his Colossus. That's what's important. We're up to 5 Colossus? Oh, that's a bit overkill. In more ways than one. The reason why you don't want additional Colossi is because Colossi, they do overkill damage. Yeah, overkill, I think that's what it's called. Where you basically waste DPS by having extra volleys on a unit, and the unit dies, but you get like 3 extra shots off, basically, like layered on each other. So there is some wasted DPS here, unless we're able to spread out these Colossi very well. This is why you'd usually go into faster disruptors. Speaking of, disruptors now on the way. Is it overkill or over damage? It's one of those. He's going overboard. Yeah. Do you see Gerald's rotating around? That's a kill, not a cancel on the CC. Good pick off. Very nice pick off here as we're going for a drop into the main. Disruptors have arrived. As Gerald doesn't quite commit yet, he's just trying to create an opening for himself for his prism as he does slip in. Again, Gerald just trying to keep the attention of Spirit on the front lines. The DTs, they bust into the mineral line. Zealot's being morphed in as well. And the main force pushes towards the triangular third. Base is going to go down. Good Nova here connects with the Ghost. The Nova zones away the army. Looks like no more disruptor shots left though. 2 more disruptors waiting outside. We collapse on the army. We catch out the Colossi. Big pickoffs. But we also get 27 SCVs. Zealots and Zealots and DTs are still wreaking havoc in the main base. They are going to be forcing more of an all-in. Dark Templar going. Some of them are being cleaned up. But they're still wreaking havoc in the main. And here we go. Spirit pushes out. He's had enough. He doesn't care. Wants to end things one way or another. Does take down the gold. Who's gonna be still? Oh my god, the storms! Massive storms on the army. Then over as well. Ooh, big connection. And Spirit, he's being pulled apart. GG gets called, and Gerald will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, a more solid game here out of Gerald. Again, a bit of a stark contrast between Gerald and Rodzen, for example, where Gerald was able to be a lot more in control. He did get into his Dark Templar. His Dark Templar, they didn't do too bad for themselves. They did manage to get some SCV kills. More importantly, he was able to get his map control, gain his map control back from his opponent. Get into his Winged Stalkers, take up into Storm as well, get some counter damage done. GG. GG, well played. Gerald's able to hold his own, and yes, I did notice that. I don't mind saying this just because we missed the cast yesterday, but Gerald, he did take down Max Packs last night in a PvP, which was impressive stuff, to deny Max Packs for another deep run in Kung Fu Cup. Of course, I'm sure a big part of the win there for Gerald is that he has been very well practiced in PvP, playing so much against Christiana in the finals of these online weekly tournaments. Christiana likewise also popping off in PvP, so I feel like their dynamic and their play against each other is making them both stronger as a result. So big win there for Gerald, and even here, big win versus Spirit. Let's go as we're getting into game number 2. And we have seen Gerald pop off in the past, referring to the House Galactic battle. Here we go, we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Psystorm Gaming. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the Polish Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Na'Vi, down in this series. But who I would say is the best player in all of Poland, it is Spirit. Spirit is usually the one to beat here, and there are players in Poland that can contest him. Players like Laser, players like Christiana, players like Geralt as well, Mana even. Some big names here that can contest against him, and Geralt already taking the first game. But can he go even further than that? Again, taking a game to the first step. In many here to take a series. Gerald checking for a proxy on the low ground, looking to expand. Spirit back at home, going for his own rack expand. Only a single gas opener once again, so it's going to be economic from the side of Spirit. It's going to be economic once again. Probe Scout is moving out, and Spirit soon be revealing his opener here. Yeah, Gauchi just goes straight for the SCV. Gonna try and delay that expansion, even force it off center. As the SCV does back off, and there we go, CC on the high ground. So a nice little win there for Gerald, forcing some inefficiency early on at the Spirit. Behind this is getting into his 1-1-1. Meanwhile, Geralt getting to his tech of choice. Now, do we see another Twilight Council opener, or do we mix it up with the Robo, or even a Stargate? What do you have for us? What do you got? Oh, hello. My apologies, as we have a proxy across the map once again. Last game, if you remember, Gerald did go for a proxy Templar Archive, sorry, a proxy Dark Shrine for proxy DTs. This time, Gerald going for a proxy Gateway across the map. Okay, not too committed here from our Protoss. Again, it's going to be 3 gateways in total. It's going to be 1 proxied and 2 back at home across the map for Gerald. As his goal here is to apply some pressure is to delay the natural base for as long as possible, while minimizing his own losses. Geralt is going to be pulling back. Meanwhile, back at home, there's our take of choice. Going to be a Twilight Council opener. Twilight Council into Blink. Very substandard play here out of Gerald. Meanwhile, Spirit, he didn't go for an SCV scout. I just realized Spirit did not go for a Reaper scout either. He has seen nothing, by the way. No scouting whatsoever. So Spirit is playing safe. He's playing as safe as possible going into his tank production. Blindly here. And that will keep him safe against something like 4 Gateblink Stalker. Now, to be fair, and thankfully for our Protoss player here, we do have a Blink opener, yes, but no mass amount of gateways behind this. It's going to be 2 gate Blink for the time being, as the armies do clash. Clash for a moment. We do get some extra warp-ins here over depths. We're going to shade in. Tank is sieged. And there's no breaking this position. So let's have to retreat for a moment there. Depth shading in once again. Don't quite commit. Do see Spirit just walling on forward, being pulled out of position, by the way, and that's the moment we strike. Yes, Spirit not where he needs to be. Gerald pushing into the natural SCVs are going down, and Spirit, he's caught with his pants down here. More boys being pulled. We're gonna get 9 SCV kills. 10. We bleed out a lot of stalkers, but that was still 10 workers falling, and there is still no third TC, and we're pushing at this point. Spirit, he has to move out. He's pulling the boys. Unfortunately, very little to pull here at the natural base. How many tanks do we have? 2. Soon to be 3. 3 tanks. Stim just begins. Oof. That is rough. Stim just now beginning here. Meanwhile, back at home, we have a shield battery, we have an overcharge, we have plenty of stalkers. Gerald should withstand this. As I say that, the tanks are gaining ground. And 1 tank does fall. Good focus firing there from Spirit as we dive on the tank. The second tank goes down as well. Spirit is down to 1 tank remaining, and Gerald, he has his eyes set on that tank. 1 more volley. The tank does fall. Throughout all of this, we see Gerald reinforcing with additional stalkers. Spirit pulling back, identifying that he cannot break this. He has to regroup. Gets a stalker, not bad. Gets a couple of shots off, stalker goes down. See Gerald rotating around. Behind this, his third base is getting up and running. Fully saturated on 3 bases here, 49 workers. Gateways are on the way as well. No fancy tech here from Gerald. He's not throwing down any additional gases. He's doing well for himself here as we catch reinforcements. SCVs go down. Speaking of SCVs, they are being pulled. Spirit is all in. It's all or nothing for Spirit at this point. He's already lost too much. One way or another, the game is about to end. Get some bunkers. We rock up here at the at the third. Tanks do siege. Scan trying to get eyes on the army, but Gerald, he's not there. He's across the map. Catching more tanks. Spirit does stim forward. Stims forward, does focus on the shield battery as well. Denies the overcharge. Not bad. Not too shabby. Spirit breaking through into the natural at the same time across the map. We do see Gerald busting into the main. He gets another tank. But he's also bleeding out stalkers. And again, Spirit, he cannot stop here at the natural. We have to keep going. We have to keep on pushing. The pressure right now is on Spirit. He's down to 18 workers. Instead of pushing towards the main, he's pushing towards the natural. He's going for gateways, but again, we have plenty of gateways here in the main. Even across them at the stalkers, they're pulling back. And as they pull back, the goal here is going to be to collapse on this army. Get 9 probe kills. There we go. We're just waiting for the warping of zealots. Now these are going to be slow lots. Bear that in mind. No charge. And there it is. Both tanks go down immediately. And as Spirit does retreat, it bleeds out even more Marines. Tank siege is a bold move there from Gerald, blinking on top of the tank. But it's going to be too much anyway. It's going to be enough here. We shut down what little is left here of the army of Spirit. 2 tanks go down, Marines as well. GG gets called, and Gerald, with the first big upset of the night, takes down Spirit 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Very well played here by by Gerald, as he does get the upset over Spirit. Spirit, he was just having a really hard time early on in this game. If you remember, it all started to pop off when he was caught out. As he was moving out, we saw Geralt move in. He was able to punish the move out, get so many SCV kills, force back the army, and at that point, Spirit made his choice. He made his choice to go all in, to not go for a macro game, to try to make use of what he had, and yeah, in the end, Spirit was picked apart, and Geralt looking good here tonight. We didn't really get to sink our teeth into a mid game, unfortunately. Like, it felt like both game 1 and game 2, they were over a little bit faster. I would have loved to have seen a much more stable early game, but that's not what we got here out of our players. Maybe next time. Maybe next time we can have more of a back and forth macro game. Now though, GG, well played. With that, Geralt advances on into the grand finals, and the question becomes, who faces off against Geralt? What kind of Protoss player is the real question?